What's up guys? In this video I want to talk about and try on some black lipsticks. It is spooky season as I create this, October, and it's around this time of year that I am always inspired to reach for black lipstick. For whatever reason, I love dramatic lipsticks year round. Like, I never really hesitate to reach for deep or bright, bold, vivid shades. But for some reason, black lipstick to me just holds a very special place in October, and so it just isn't a shade I have a whole lot of in my collection. So I recently got a PR package from Wet n Wild. They sent me what I think is their entire Fantasy Makers collection. Every year they come out with like some holiday kits to put together to make super fast, easy Halloween looks, and it is less than 2 weeks out from Halloween. Have not given a thought as to what kind of makeup looks I want to do for me personally here on the channel. Please let me know if you have any ideas down in the comments. And that package only really overwhelmed me when it came to Halloween looks, but as I started picking it apart and seeing what some of the individual goodies were in it, I became especially inspired by these lipsticks, as well as some other things. Actually, I thought about making a video about the stuff that if you find this in drugstores or if any of these items pique your interest, to pick them up if and when you can, because it's all limited edition and there's some really good, fun products in here that I would totally recommend. So let me know if you want to see a video on that too. Let's get back to the lipstick. So all three of these are from Wet n Wild. I have a couple different finishes, but I really love that they're from a brand that affordable because, like I just mentioned, if it's a color like me that you don't wear all that often, either because you just don't see it fitting into your regular daily routine or you're a little bit more intimidated by it and you're just dipping your toe in the black lipstick pool, finding more affordable options that won't break the bank if you're just trying it out or won't be a frequent wearer of, it feels a little bit better than going high-end luxury, no? So love that all of these are super affordable, and there are actually 3 distinct textures and finishes with all these. So let's go ahead and get started first with the lipstick that I always forget the name of because they never print the kind on the outside here. I actually tried on every single shade in this collection that they have. It was something like 20 some shades in here. And there are some really beautiful, deep, vampy, like wine shades in there, but nothing as deep and dramatic as a black. So I was ecstatic when they came out with this shade, Irie Onyx. It is a totally opaque satin finish black. It's a traditional lipstick formula, so you're gonna have to expect some transfer, but it's very smooth and creamy when applied. And honestly, when it comes to black formulas, sometimes I expect streakiness, especially with cheaper formulas where it might be a little bit waxier, a little bit less smooth and creamy. You can expect some streaks or dragging. None of that. This is like one of the smoothest formulas ever, and it's really consistent with the formula in the rest of the collection, but it gives you this super deep, inky black pigment with a really beautiful, satin probably isn't even the right word, balmy finish, like a healthy balmy finish. I'm actually wearing it over another one of the lipsticks I'm going to talk about here just because I wanted that super rich pigment and pretty balmy finish. So if you're looking for a traditional lipstick format, this is a good option. Oh, and I should say all of these are limited edition too, to my knowledge. So again, if you see them in stores and you're contemplating picking them up, I would just go ahead and do it. Also, I've started buying all my Wet n Wild stuff from the Wet n Wild website because it's where I can guarantee that they have the shades in stock and none of them are like opened or tested like you can sometimes see in the drugstore. So hot tip, that's where I get mine, and they often have lots of sales, especially maybe after Halloween. I'm sure a lot of this stuff will be discounted at some point, so keep your eye on that too. This whole video sounds like an ad for Wet n Wild. It is definitely not. They sent me these things, but they are not paying me for this video. Next up, if you want the same deep black pigment but want a matte finish and you want it in a liquid lipstick format, they created a black shade in the liquid Catsuit matte lipstick line. This is another one that I really, really love. The shade here is Get Some Booze, and it looks kind of like a deep gray, I think, in the packaging, but once you apply it and it dries down, it gets, I would say, just as black as the lipstick I just talked about. And when I first tried this, I was a little nervous that it had the potential to streak. I'm pretty sure it was with this formula that with some of the deeper shades, I experienced some inconsistency in texture and opacity, like especially with the deeper shades, I noticed some streakiness sometimes, depending on the shade. But just those few inconsistencies I experienced gave me a little bit of pause before trying this because I really wanted it to be ultra opaque, and it totally is. Like 2 swipes, I would say. You can see the first time I go in and I apply the first layer to my bottom lip, I blot. It gets a little bit transparent at that point, but when you go in with a second layer, it is totally opaque. It dries in less than a minute, less than 30 seconds probably even, before it is then totally transfer proof. This is like such a good formula, and especially for this shade. The last one is the same formula in terms of liquid lipstick, that it dries down to be totally transfer proof, but this is a really fun option if you like more of a glittery or metallic finish. So like I said, same formula, like liquid Catsuit, but with a metallic, it's the metallic lipstick finish. And this is in the shade Shady Witch, and it's that black, but it has these beautiful silver shimmers into it. Like seriously, look out Pat McGrath for her Blitz Trance lipsticks. It's that level of glitter in here, but totally dries down on your lips to create like a true glittery effect, as opposed, I would say it's more glittery than metallic even though it's called a metallic finish. And just that little addition of shimmer and metallic finish, I feel like can soften the look of a black lip. So if you feel like you have your black lipstick on and you feel like it's looking a little bit too severe, you're just not used to it, either reach for something like this or reach for like a light shimmery or transparent gloss with a little bit of shimmer and put that in the center of it. I was actually playing around with, once again, one of the things that came in this collection. It's the Liquid Catsuit High Shine lipstick, which is basically a very pigmented gloss, but this is in the shade Fair's Funeral. I don't quite get that one, but I think that's what it's called. Anywho, it is this pearlescent base with this beautiful pink and gold iridescent shift to it, and you pop that in the center of your, actually, let's just go ahead and do it right now. So you just give it like a little, oh, look at that. I don't know if you can see the pink, but you just put that, this, I'm not wearing the transfer proof one, but you just put a little bit in the center, and even just that little bit of pinky pigment can just soften the look up. I so should not have dipped that back in there. Oh no. Okay, it came off. We're good. It came off. Okay, so those are the three lip shades that came in, the three black lip shades that came in this Fantasy Makers collection. The only other thing I also wanted to mention was like what to pair with a lip like this if you struggle with what to wear with a bold lip, you don't want to overwhelm your look by having a bold eye, bold lip. Honestly, the easiest thing I like to do is just wear mascara. Like, don't put a thing on your eyelids, maybe primer if you tend to get oilier eyelids to keep them matte. Besides that, don't put a thing on your eyes except for mascara. Otherwise, what I'm wearing today, I kind of like to do a warm brown tone smoky look, just something super soft, maybe with a little bit of glitter to help define my crease, add a little bit of something in the eye area. But again, I struggle with not wanting to overwhelm the eye lip pairing, and so I just want something minimal but interesting. Today, I am wearing one of the new 10 pan palettes from the Fantasy Makers collection. This is in Coffin Break. It's this super pretty warm tone bronzy brown sort of color palette situation here. Absolutely gorgeous. I just threw some of these this lightest shade, or not lightest, this crease shade over here, threw that in my crease, put this deeper bricky red brown shade in the deepest part of my crease, blending it out there, pop this light shimmery shade all over my lid, and then used my finger for this high shine metallic shade here, patted that in the center of my lid. Oh, and then I took a liner brush and smudged the deepest black shade over here right along my upper lash line just to help define that. Again, really going more for subtle definition and a little bit of color as opposed to something big and blown out and smoky, which you totally can do, but it's just not my comfort zone, especially when I'm already going out of my comfort zone with my lip pairing. So that's it. That's kind of all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the swatch fest. Again, let me know if you want to see or hear my thoughts and see swatches of any of the other things that came in this collection, or if you want to see any of these used in Halloween tutorials. They also sent these like stencils for, one is a ring mistress, so kind of like a clown circus thing, snake constellations for that very popular like freckle constellation thing going on, a skull or skeleton stencils, and then like rhinestone-y type things. And I love the idea of these because I am not good at freehand drawing, and I also just really want looks that are fast and easy, but I don't really know what to do with them. So if you want to see any looks using these, let me know down in the comments below. Besides that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye, guys!